Hi guys, this is Tamara Hergert, Empowered Artist Community. So I have the privilege of talking with Leigh today. She is an amazing artist and she is going to share with us how she gets featured in magazines.
Okay. Hi, everybody. um, the magazine thing is interesting. I will say that two of my very favorite that I think I've probably published with the most. One of them is called Artist Talk Magazine, and he's out of London, and his name is Grant Milne. He's the editor and creator of this magazine, and he's starting to do shows as well. It's amazing. His team does an amazing job. It's a beautiful magazine, very high quality magazine. And the other one, his name is Pat, and he's out of Canada. And the name of the magazines is called Novum Artis, Artis. And again, another super high quality magazine. And I love these two men because they send the artist a copy of the magazine. So you get like a free copy. And then if you want more, you can. Grant has actually been known to send me two copies because he knows I like to send them to my mom because she gets a big kick out of seeing these things, right? But how they find their artist is pretty interesting. They actually put out calls for art. So it's like a little, like an art contest, and they don't take everybody. Not
Yeah.
everybody gets it. And it's very minimal cost. It's like $15. It's a normal entry fee, right? And that's where I got started with that. Because there's other magazines that emerging artists can use. And at the very beginning, with any publicity, you're going to be paying for it yourself. So you've got to be comfortable investing that kind of money in there because some of them can be very, very expensive. I mean, if you're going to advertise in like, I've been advertising lately in magazines in London, like Inside Kent, House and Garden, or some of the other ones. I forget. There's like three of them. They can cost some. They can cost a bit. It cost me about, I would say about 300 or 400 euros a time to do those
Hmm.
because it's advertising.
Yeah, it's placement.
Yeah, exactly. So other ways to do the magazines is to do these art calls, or sometimes you can get proposition by the vanity magazines.
Hmm.
And the vanity magazines are just like vanity galleries, and they do play an important role in the art world because when you have no exposure whatsoever, no one's ever seen your stuff. It could be a good thing, but you have to be very careful with what you do. Artavita is a really good one. Artist Network is another really good one. There's a couple things out of Canada. There's Circle Foundation is out of Canada, and the Biafarin group, and it's BIAFARIN group. They're also out of Canada. And now you will pay for your feature in there. However, they have a wide publication. They have a wide exposure. So if you do that one or two times, I think I did each one of those like maybe twice,
Hmm.
you literally will be exposed really well. And from there, you start getting people asking you to do the interviews from there. And that's where you want to be. You want to be where people are asking you, which I've done several of those now, where people are asking you. I've had several art critiques where
Hmm.
they've asked me if they can critique things. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, sure. Things like that. That's where you want to get. But it takes a while to get there. So you have to treat it like a business and be willing to do that. But once you do, they stack up. Since we're moving, I was just able to find out how much they stack up. I've got an entire tub ready for the movers that are just the magazines and the books. Because also there's been books, and I'm just like, okay, we're in books now. There's been books and stuff, and there's a lot of publicity and stuff, and the sales are starting
Yeah.
to come in, and that's actually really good. That's what you want as an artist. You want to be able to support yourself, and so that's what you want. So it's a really simple formula to get into magazines. You just have to be really careful and very choosy, and
Hmm.
really go and do your research because you don't want to get scammed. So you really want to do your research. Too many scammers out there. And my advice I've had, and this is a new one. I just ran across this last week. I had somebody DM me on Instagram and they were like, "Oh, we love your art." And you can always tell that it's a scammer because they never tell you which art they love. It's just this generic, "I love your art." And I'm just like, okay, here we go. But what they wanted to do was they wanted me to do NFTs, which I'm not in the NFT market by personal choice. I'm not in there. But they couched it as a publication opportunity. And then, like in the language, as you read down through the language, you're like, oh, there it is. And they were like, yeah, we're going to need like a retainer fee. And I'm like, no, you're not. That's no. And so you have to be very careful about that. But the ones that I mentioned, especially Grant and Pat, They love helping emerging artists. They really do. And they are super awesome about it. Very
Mhm.
responsive. They help artists and they really do want artists to show in the best possible light with their things. So they have their teams and they'll help you with the writing and things like that. So really good. I
Awesome.
love them.
Okay.
Yeah, they're really good.
All right. So were those like features, or did you have an interview with them, or like did you write something yourself and send them? Like, how did it?
Actually, yeah, it was a mix
Yeah.
between those. Some of those were features, some of those, like most of the time, and I didn't ask either one of them to do this, but they did this. Most of the time I'm on like a page by myself, and they'll have your headshot and then they'll have your shots, but then they'll ask you to write your artist bio, your artist
Hmm.
statement, and then they'll kind of, wordsmith it for you. And then they'll give all your socials, they'll give all your vitals. I have had some that are feature interviews to where they'll send me the questions and
Hmm.
they'll ask questions. And the questions at first, they were kind of generic questions you were
Yeah.
getting. Now I'm getting questions that are very specific to what my art is and what that message is, which I like. I like
Yeah.
that a lot. Canvas Rebel did a really good one. That was a really good article. And I just had another one that's come out with, New York Magazine. It's online and it's done through Thoughtful PR was what that was done through, and
Hmm.
they did an amazing job. So there's opportunities out there, but I think a lot of artists really feel like if I just stay in my studio and just keep painting, it will magically happen.
Yeah.
It doesn't. We have to become marketers and we have to become advertisers and we have to become our own agents and things like that until we get people that can do that for us. I'm on the hunt right now for an art agent and a gallery because I need representation because I'm terrible at selling things. I'm awful at it. So I need representation. I need people to do this for me. So, you're always on the hunt.
Yeah.
And these things really do help. These types of publications do help.
Yeah.
So
Well,
yeah.
I think you're gonna find one.
Thank you. I'm hoping in Philadelphia I'll have much better luck. I'm
Yeah.
hoping. So yeah.
Um, so guys, if you're curious about seeing Leigh's art, check out her Instagram and her website. It'll be in the description here. And so I just wanted to thank you again for coming to join me today. And guys, check out Leigh's Instagram and take a look at her website. It's definitely worth visiting. Again, I want to invite everybody to also go check out our website. We have a whole bunch of resources, guides, and listen to our podcast and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay,
You guys have a good night.
bye.
Bye.